Good evening. We're going to call the Utilities Committee meeting to order. Anybody wishing to speak on anything on the agenda, sign in with the secretary. Councilman Shakes, would you lead us into a pledge, invocation following the pledge?
Dear Lord, I want to thank you for all the good things you've given us, our health and our families and everyone around us. I'd like to thank you for all the good people working on these projects to make Ascension Parish move forward better than we are now. Please give us the wisdom to make good decisions for the right reasons to move forward for the people of the parish. And as always, please grant safety to our soldiers, men and women overseas, and that they all come home healthy. And all of this in your name, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item number 2, request for proposal for comprehensive wastewater plan. I would like to call up Mr. Larry Shriver and Mr. Matt. Oh, we got a speaker. Mr. David Orr.
I'm fine to wait for the public comment period until we understand the purpose of today's meeting. I just don't understand today's purpose, so
Today is for the purpose of this meeting is for the utility committee to look at both companies, score them, and that's what the purpose of this meeting is.
okay, so it's going to be to rescore the proposals. Okay,
The committee gonna rescore the proposals.
okay.
Gonna score the proposals. The committee gonna score the proposals.
Understood. I guess if I may, then, at
Go
this
ahead.
appropriate time. Mr. Chairman and council members, my name is David Orr, and I'm with American Water. As I guess you begin your deliberations on this particular issue at the Utility Committee, I guess I would ask that you take into account 3 key considerations tonight. Number 1 is the viability of the plans. Our plan does not simply redirect wastewater from package plants and the facilities and simply put them into the wetlands. Why? Because in 2007, the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality issued draft regulations that basically said it was going to either significantly reduce or eliminate the discharge into those impaired water bodies that ultimately flow to Lake Pontchartrain. Our plan anticipates taking the facilities offline, taking the sewer out of the ditches, connecting them to a regional, comprehensive wastewater system, and discharging it in a location that is the best location, and perhaps the only permissible location. Number 2, I would ask that you take a look and consider that we've brought a financial partner to the table. Why? From our perspective, both the perspective of the parish and the perspective of our company, we want to make sure that the plan is economically feasible. We want to make sure that there's the ability in an open and transparent manner to understand the implementation and the investment in the community. What are the benefits to the parish? Twofold. If you were to ask your leaders in the Chamber of Commerce or on your Economic Development Committee, they would, I think, agree. When a company invests in your community, they have a vested interest in the success of your community. When a company invests in your community, it has a specific and vested interest in the overall success of your community and the success of the ultimate project. Third key consideration I would ask is you take a look at the teams. American Water has been helping and assisting communities for over 50 years solve their water and wastewater problems. In doing so, from Seattle, Washington, to Phoenix, Arizona, from the city of Fillmore, California, to Tampa Bay, Florida, we have used our experience and our proven ability to deliver projects in award-winning fashions. Just several weeks ago, American Water was issued a notice by the National Council of Public-Private Partnerships and recognized for its innovation for a wastewater treatment facility we had done for the city of Fillmore, California. Tonight is the first step in the process of selecting a partner, a long-term partner to provide a solution for the parish. So we'd ask you to take into account those three considerations: the viability of the plans, the financial investment in your community, and the vested interest it brings, and number three, the experience and the capability and the proven delivery ability of the teams. Thank you for your time.
Thank
We're
you.
here to answer any questions you may have.
Mr. Larry? Got you. You want to go over those synopses again?
Go over the synopsis again.
Yes.
All right, I didn't bring mine, but let's- the synopsis that I prepared was is a brief summary of both proposals. Most of the written material that I have was literally plagiarized out of both proposals, and the first item was the approach, and as has been mentioned, from a technical standpoint, the difference in the approaches was that one large centralized plant in the Lamar-Dixon area, and the other one was to upgrade the Lamar-Dixon plant. Integra Waters was to upgrade the Lamar-Dixon plant and have other regional plants in the basically the northern and eastern part of the parish with proposed wetlands assimilation. The also, based on from an approach standpoint, there's a financial philosophy difference. The American Water approach was basically an infusion of capital, and with, of course, limited number of users for the first 5 years, and then accelerate the program after the plant was done, and connect the users. And the term was projected for, I believe, a 30-year program, where the Integra Water approach was more of a user-based approach, whereby there wouldn't be as much risk, I guess, an upfront investment situation, and as kind of a pay-as-you-go sort of approach. The overall project cost, the Integra Water proposal calls for an overall project cost of $126 million, and their proposal allowed for about $49.9 million of overall amount to be spent on treatment plant costs, with the rest to go towards the collection system costs. And the American Water proposal called for an overall cost of, on a 20-year plan, of $226 million, and their proposal allowed for about $93.9 million for the overall amount to be spent on the treatment plant cost, with the rest going towards the collection system costs. Rates and fees. The American Water proposal presented a monthly rate of $45 and a connection fee of $2,600 for a 20-year contract period, or a connection fee of $1,750 for a 30-year contract period, and all users would pay the connection fee. The Integra Water proposal presented a monthly rate of $45 and a connection fee of $2,500 for a 20-year contract period, or a connection fee of $1,750 for a 30-year contract period beginning in the 21st year. The connection fee would be paid by new connections that are not presently connected to a collection system. The two proposers were asked to submit a new rate with the connection fee at $500. Integral Water submitted a new rate under this requirement of $54.50 per month, and American Water submitted a new rate under this requirement of $95 a month. The existing privately owned systems, the original concept for this situation was for the contractor to acquire these systems and deed them back to the parish. And this was a requirement because of being able to set rates. At this time, neither proposal has an agreement with any of the privately held systems. American Water, and this is a quote directly from the proposal, the existing private wastewater treatment systems located throughout the parish will be connected to the consolidated parish-wide treatment system at no cost to the project company or American Water. Costs related to rights-of-way and servitudes necessary for the routing and placement of facilities are assumed to be borne by the parish. This is in the cost section, page 6 of the American Water proposal. Integral Water, with existing privately owned systems, will be acquired by Integral Water. Page 3, creative approach, Integral Water proposal. The area served, the Integral Water proposal shows the entire parish to be served. On my original handout to you gentlemen, I believe, had a map on the back of it that showed the areas that the American Water proposal showed that would not be served. Then there was a section in phase 1 and 2 of the project that would be covered. And under specific contract requirements, American Water, construction costs provided in the capital improvement plan are order of magnitude estimates. Final project costs will depend on actual labor and material costs, actual site conditions, productivity, competitive market conditions, and the final project scope and engineering schedules, engineering design, and other variable factors. As a result, the final project cost will vary from the estimates presented. This is on the cost section, page 5 of the American Water proposal. Let's see, there was a verbal presentation. The American Water people stated that their engineering level was at about 10 to 15% complete. They also stated that the engineering level would have to be at least 30% complete before an accurate enough cost estimate could be made. This level would have to be reached before American Water and Table Rock could enter into a project. It was verbal presentation September 14th, 2010. And went on to say in the proposal that the American Water is not prepared to undertake the delivery of Phase 1 alone in the absence of a commitment by the parish to execute on Phase 2. In the event that the parish does not proceed with Phase 2, the project company will need to be reimbursed its verifiable expenses pursuant to a schedule to be agreed to by the parish prior to contract execution. This is the cost section, page 12 of the American Water proposal. Integral Water special contract requirements. As required in the RFP, Integral Water proposes a contract term of 20 years in lieu of the 10 and 15-year contract terms. We offer an early termination provision exercisable at any point after the 10th anniversary of the contract. The early termination provision would allow termination of the contract for a fee equal to the number of years left on the contract term multiplied by the management fee for the preceding 12 months. This is page 13, Creative Approach Integral Water Proposal. Those were some of the highlights of both proposals, and there were a lot of other things, but these were really the main ones.
Well, you went through it with us before. We just really wanted a highlight, like a refresher. Everybody has a copy of that proposal, those synopses and the proposals. Kent, you have anything? No. Councilman Collins? No. Councilman Lambert? No. Councilman Johnson? Okay.
Gentlemen,
Where-
take a moment to fill in the categories, cast just your numbers on each category for each company, then we'll pick it up from you and we'll announce the overall high score. I'll give you a few moments to do that.
We just did.
Actually, we're going to take them and average them, so we'll end up with 2 scores out of 100, and the higher score out of 100 will be the winner.
Okay. We will work.
Make sure they take it.
Well, we gotta wait till she finishes and make she go. Once she go in, send it to full council, go in negotiation. We have a high score. TV, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, can we take a 5-minute recess?
I got a motion by Councilman Collins, second by Councilman Shakes, now to take a 5-minute recess. Got a motion by Councilman Shakes, Snyder, second by Councilman Collins to reconvene. We just received the scores back and reads as American Water 69.9, Integra 88.85. I need to entertain a motion to go into, to send to the full council to go into agreement with Integra Water on the comprehensive wastewater plan.
I move that we send to the full council a recommendation by this utilities committee that the administration negotiate with Integra Water for our sewer system on the East Bank, and if they cannot come to an agreement, then they pursue American Water for their negotiations.
Second.
I got a motion by Councilman Shake Snyder, second by Councilman Collins. Any opposition to the motion? No opposition to the motion. Motion passes. That go to the full council, Ms. Suzanne, for the next meeting. Any of you guys have any comments?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Collins to adjourn, second by Councilman Shake Snyder. Adjourn.